Good day everyone, I am here to discuss the history and origin of softball. Our table of contents is first introduction, second the presenter, third inventor and background, fourth rules and regulations, fifth equipments and skills, and last impact on society. I am Jana Noella P. Kumpa from DSBA FM3. Our introduction is the game of softball has provided enjoyment and recreation for generations, and its history is fascinating. This presentation unveils the history and origin of softball and its incredible evolution over time. The inventor, George Hancock's invention softball first appeared in 1887 when U.S. inventor George Hancock declared it the perfect game for late-night headlines in the Chicago Board of Trade building. He created the rules for the sport and named it indoor baseball. This led to the popularization of the game and it eventually spread. Our background of softball. Indoor softball is the earliest version of the sport which originated in the U.S. in 1887. It's played on a hardwood floor with a 16-inch softball and is slightly different than the outdoor version. The game is played by two teams of 10 players. The sport of softball slowly gained popularity as many recreational areas embraced the sport and professional leagues emerged. In the 1940s, softball saw massive growth and the Amateur Softball Association or ASA was established to manage and regulate the sport worldwide. Since then, the popularity. Softball made its Olympic debut in 1996 after the International Softball Federation or ISF was recognized by the International Olympic Committee. The USA softball team has won 3 Olympic gold medals since then. Softball's Olympic inclusion boosted its global reach further as more countries started competing in various tournaments. Softball has a long, fascinating history. It has been a part of the World Games, the Pan Am Games, and the now popular Summer Olympic Games. Other significant moments in softball's history include the founding of the Amateur Softball Association, or ASA, of America. Our rules and regulations of softball is softball has evolved over time with the introduction of rules and regulations to improve the game. In 1933, the National Recreation Association or NRA adopted a set of 10 rules which formed the foundation of the game. As time went on, the rules of the game continued to be developed and refined. First is team composition. 9 players per team: pitcher, catcher, first baseman, second baseman, third baseman, short spotter, right fielder, left fielder, and center fielder. Second is start of play. The game will begin with a coin toss and whichever team wins will get to choose whether they want to play on offense or defense. Third is duration of the game. 9 innings for baseball and 7 innings for softball. Fourth is ball in and out of the play. The ball is in play if it is batted and lands on fair territory. If it lands in the foul area beyond the foul line, it is a foul ball. Fifth is timeout. When a side asks the shift umpire to momentarily halt the game so that they can discuss their strategy or attend to an injured player. Sixth is substitution. Replacing a regular player with a substitute. 7 is batter or base runner is out. For 3 pitches, the batter cannot make contact with the ball as it enters the strike zone. The ball tags the base runner before he or she reaches the base. The batted ball is intercepted before it touches the floor. 8 is serious defense or misconduct. Assault of an opposing player disrespecting officials. 9 is overtime. Extra inning is being played to break the tie. And last is officials of the game. Umpire, base umpire, scorer, and timekeeper are in case innings are timed. Next is equipment and skills. Softball is an exciting and competitive sport requiring essential equipment and skills to reach success. This presentation will discuss the importance of mastering the game and provide guidance on essential equipment and skills for softball success. First is glove. A glove is an important piece of equipment for a successful softball player. It not only gives caution and protection but also offers the right grip to help you make better throws and catches. Second is bat. The perfect softball bat should fit the player's size and strength, as well as provide the right balance and power when hitting. Players should also consider the materials used for the bat, weight, construction technology, and design when shopping for bats. Third is ball. Consists of a bat that is most likely constructed of aluminum or a metal composite at the amateur level, and a white ball that is around 3 inches in a diameter with red or white stitching. Aluminum or metal is used in almost all softball bats. Next is protective gear. Safety is of immense importance for any sport, and softball is no different. Players should invest in proper protective gear such as helmet, face mask, gloves, cleats, and other sports apparel to avoid injuries. Regularly check and replace any worn-out items to ensure a safe and enjoyable. Next is skills. First is pitching. The ability to pitch is a crucial one for playing the game. It is carried out in softball and baseball. This is done by a pitcher who stands at the pitcher's plate. The elements of pitching: first is wind up. Keep your right foot's forefoot stationary in close proximity to the plate's edge. Shift the weight to the rear leg and step back. Next is pivot. In softball, pivoting refers to turning the front foot parallel to the plate. Raise your left foot. Next is stride. With your left foot, take a broad step before releasing the ball. Last is follow through. Continue moving forward after releasing the ball while aiming the throwing arm at the intended target ball. Second is batting. It is an offensive ability utilized by the player to hit or bunt the pitch ball with a bat in order to get to the bases and ultimately score a run or point. You must also take into account the following factors when performing this skill: grip, stance, stride, and swing. The elements of batting: first is grip. Lay the bat handle across the fingers of both hands, then wrap your hands around the bat to form an efficient grip. Holding the bat in your palms prevents you from rotating and flexing your wrist as much when you swing. To increase your speed with the ball, maintain a light hold on the bat until you make contact with it. Second is stance. Set your feet at least somewhat wider than shoulder width apart. Your feet should be directly under your shoulders, parallel to one another. Right-handed players should position themselves with their left side towards the pitcher and their heads pointing in the direction that the ball will be coming from. It will be on your right side if you are a left-handed person. Your position should be comfortable above all else. Third is stride. Put it where your front foot rests, whether it's open or closed. You will notice it under your foot right away if you are not stepping back directly toward the pitcher. You have a better chance of consistently hitting the ball if you can land in the same spot with solid alignment and a direction back toward the pitcher. Last is swing. The hips should initiate the movement with the shoulders closely following. To avoid spinning off your axis, try to maintain your upright position as you rotate. When the pitcher releases the ball, take a very small step forward with your front foot. Be careful and only move the foot to 3 inches. Not to let your core alignment slip as you walk. By adding directional force to the movements of the hips and shoulders, you will be able to boost the power of your swing. Third is catching. It is a defensive technique for catching thrown and batted balls. Fourth is throwing. Baseball and softball require the most fundamental talent. Make a play on a batter or base runner by using a teammate to field the ball and stop them from moving on to the next base or home plate. The elements of throwing: first is Grip. Take hold of the ball by gliding your index and middle fingers across its seams. The top of the other fingers are tucked beneath the thumb. Second is delivery. Bend your elbows as you swing backward, shifting your weight to your left foot as you lean forward and then let go of the softball or bat. Third is wind up. Elevate the throwing arm and rotate your shoulder to throw. The gloved hand indicates where the target is. Lift the left foot, putting your entire body weight on the right foot. Last is follow through. In a ready stance for the game, point the throwing arm downward and forward while keeping the feet parallel. And the last is running or base running. It is a highly crucial ability for a player to perfect since it enables them to progress from one base to the following base or home plate. The last slide is softball impact on society. Softball has had a significant impact on society. It has helped to foster positive relationships amongst team and within communities, while also promoting physical fitness and health benefits. The sport has evolved over the years, providing new and exciting opportunities for the youth and allowing them to explore its potential. Thank you so much.